Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Oh, mighty Ilus. Holy freaking snikes. Ilus is looking to add a $20 million revenue company. We already know about the $100 million revenue company, and here comes a $20 million one. Let's get into Ilus. And it says, Ilus Emergency Response Focused Subsidiary, ERT, has taken significant steps towards achieving its short-term milestones and therefore appointed Dan Peters as CEO. We already knew that. It's talking about how it's making significant progress with its renewable subsidiary, which is already home to Replay Solutions and eRaptor. Replay Solutions is an urban mining company which is working on the recovery of rare metals from discarded electronic equipment and electrical waste. eRaptor is a range of commercial electric utility vehicles used for various purposes. And these are all in Serbia. We finally found out where that was going to be, and we know they're looking at getting a big plant there. It says, Ilus is now in the final stages of agreeing to the acquisition of a battery manufacturing company. Obviously, they would be using that in the eRaptor, which is currently generating 20 million smackaroos in annual revenue.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah, that's a lot. Even Tommy Boy can see that. It says the company primarily designs and manufactures several battery types and is rolling out its own lithium battery product. Several byproducts of Replay Solutions mining process, such as plastics, lithium, and various minerals, can be used in a potential acquisitions manufacturing plant. So, holy crap, they're trying to be totally integrated here from start to freaking finish. Even the damn rare earth materials they got to have for batteries, and understand there's like 13 or 14 rare earth elements that you got to have, but if you can recycle them and then send them to the manufacturer, that's a pretty big savings. So they're clearly trying to be vertically integrated. Availability of required raw materials from Replay Solutions will substantially reduce manufacturing costs for the company. The battery manufacturer also developed manufacturing bats for, of course, eRaptor, exactly what we thought. And for the unmanned aerial vehicle drones, which is Vera drones. I'm just going by memory on this one. It says further meetings are taking place. Ilus is preparing to agree to terms to announce a deal within weeks. It says with plans underway for ERT to uplist to a major stock exchange, we're assuming NASDAQ, and the execution of aggressive growth plans for its renewable subsidiary, Ilus will now also place increased focus on the unmanned UAVs, again through Vera. Here the company is already assessing acquisition options in both sectors. And the CEO of ERT says, we continue to add building blocks to the Ilus conglomerate. Says, Nick and I will remain involved in the progress of ERT, which represents the culmination of a vision we have worked towards for 10 years. All right, so Ilus International doesn't let moss grow on it. It is a rolling stone. Holy crap. I mean, just every freaking week, more and more stuff's coming out. I know this company's getting attacked by George Sharp on a regular basis, but before you get too mad at him, we've gotten a lot of information, maybe due to that, so I'm going to try not to let him bother me. You shouldn't either. That's what look, this is an OTC stock. He goes after the ones that are getting a lot of attention. But anyway, that's pretty interesting to hear. I mean, $20 million, that's more than they're making now. I mean, that alone would double what they've done in the last 5 quarters. As you can see, they've done, basically about 13 million, and they're going to add something that adds 20, plus they got 2 $100 million revenue companies they're working on. So, I mean, this company could get big quick. And let's not forget, this is a profitable company. And again, we're missing a couple of companies, actually 4 companies, I believe, that should be in the revenue and net income on ERT. And I'm very interested to see how they handle the accounting on this conglomerate. I've heard the term consolidating accounting, but I'm not a CPA, and I'm not going to pretend to be. So at some point, we're going to probably see more income and revenue, I would think. But like I said, I'm not sure how they're handling that. But this is a profitable penny stock company, and they've got a real good margin. This last margin was 20%, that's fantastic. Now, Ilus today actually dropped below their support of 10 cents, went down to 9. But good grief, we've got such a terrible macro situation. It's unbelievable. First, we find out that wholesale prices went up 10.8% last month on an annual basis, which is horrible, absolutely terrible. That's over 2 points above the current inflation with the CPI, which is a bunch of crap. It's not 8.6%. It's about 12 to 15. But knowing that the wholesale's 10.8, the 12 to 15 makes sense, because understand that if your cost of goods sold are up almost 11%, you've got to add that to your product. And then on top of that, you got to have a little bit of profit. Otherwise, how are you going to pay your people? So I think my number 12 to 15 has been right the whole damn way. But anyway, here's your Michigan consumer sentiment that everybody that all the big dogs in the stock market check out all the time. And it's the worst it's ever been in history. 50 years this has been going on, and it's absolutely horrible. So, the sentiment out there is just, look, it's as bad as we've ever seen. Just know that.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. But I'll tell you what, man, this company is coming on strong. And let's remember, we finally got our outstanding shares. We know it's 1.27 billion, and we know they're working on a lockup to move some of those common shares into preferred category, which would help us with the stock price, no doubt. So, like I said, they understand it. They get it. And remember, it was Nick Link that came out April 5th, I believe it was, going by memory, that he came out with that letter letting everybody know that he owns all of these preferred shares. I think there's 3 different sets of them that he's not going to sell, or at least that's what he told us. Actually, let me find that. Crap, I had to go all the way back and download it. Yeah, it was April 5th. It says, my holding company, this was from Nick Link, holds 390 million common shares, all the preferred A shares, all the preferred D shares, all the E shares. We have not sold a share and do not have plans to sell any, rest assured. Our interests are mutually aligned with the stockholder. So when you hear people talk about preferred shares, he came out early on April 5th of last year. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. So I'm going to be watching this closely, and like I said, I'm sure we'll get some information soon on the type of offering that he's going to make to move some of those shares from common into preferred, which I think will be good for us as shareholders. All right, folks, and that's Ilus today. That's pretty darn good news. We seem to be getting a lot of good news about Ilus recently, which that's real nice to see. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Ilus. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Hit that like button, and we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.